On a silent hill in northern Iraq stands a city older than writing itself. While empires rose and fell around it, life here never stopped. Kings, conquerors, and civilizations all passed through these walls, yet the Citadel of Erbil endured. This is the oldest continuously inhabited settlement on Earth, and its story is far from forgotten. Welcome to a journey back in time, to a place where every stone tells a story. This is Hawler, the Citadel of Erbil. Perched atop a massive, man-made hill, this fortress city isn't just ancient. It's a living testament to human persistence. The mound it sits on, known as a tell, was built up layer by layer, generation after generation, for thousands of years. Think of it like a giant historical cake, with each layer representing a different era of human life. Archaeologists have unearthed evidence here that pushes the clock back over 6,000 years, deep into the Ubaid and Uruk periods of ancient Mesopotamia. That's an almost unimaginable stretch of time. To put it in perspective, the Citadel of Erbil was already a bustling settlement long before the first stones of Rome were laid. It was thriving centuries before the philosophers of Athens debated democracy, and it has seen continuous life even longer than the legendary city of Babylon. While other great cities of antiquity rose, fell, and were eventually abandoned to be rediscovered by archaeologists, Erbil never went quiet. The pulse of life, the rhythm of families, merchants, and soldiers, has echoed within these walls for millennia, making it a unique bridge between our world and the very dawn of urban civilization. The story of Erbil is not just the story of a city, it's the story of humanity's unyielding desire to build, to endure, and to call a place home. The reason for Erbil's incredible longevity lies in its location. Situated on a fertile plain at the crossroads of major trade routes, it was a prize coveted by every major power in the ancient world. Control Erbil, and you controlled the flow of goods, armies, and ideas between east and west, north and south. Its story is a dizzying procession of some of history's most famous names. The very first urbanites, the Sumerians, recognized its importance. Then came the Akkadians, who built the world's first empire and absorbed Erbil into their domain. But it was under the Assyrians that the city, then known as Arbela, truly rose to prominence. In ancient cuneiform texts, Arbela is described as a major religious center, home to revered temples dedicated to Ishtar, the powerful goddess of love, war, and fertility. For the Assyrians, this was a sacred city, a place of pilgrimage and divine power. Following the fall of the mighty Assyrian Empire, the city's strategic value ensured it didn't fade away. It was quickly absorbed by the Neo-Babylonians, and then, in a dramatic shift of power, it fell to the expanding Persian Achaemenid Empire under Cyrus the Great for centuries. Erbil was a key administrative and military outpost for the Persians, a vital link in their vast imperial network. Each empire left its mark, adding a new layer to the city's tell and enriching its cultural fabric. It was a cycle of conquest and assimilation, but through it all, the city itself survived. And then, in the 4th century BCE, the world changed forever right on Erbil's doorstep. In 331 BCE, one of the most decisive battles in all of human history took place nearby. On one side was Darius III, the mighty king of the Persian Empire, commanding a vast and formidable army. On the other was a young, audacious Macedonian king who had already conquered half the known world, Alexander the Great. The epic confrontation is known as the Battle of Gaugamela, though it is often mistakenly called the Battle of Arbela because Alexander's army regrouped in the city afterward. On the plains just outside the city, Alexander's brilliant military tactics completely overwhelmed the much larger Persian force. Darius fled the battlefield, his empire crumbling in his wake. This single victory was a turning point for civilization. It marked the definitive end of Persian dominance, which had lasted for over 2 centuries. More importantly, it flung open the gates of Asia to Greek or Hellenistic influence. Alexander's conquest initiated an unprecedented fusion of cultures. Greek language, art, philosophy, and science spread eastward, mixing with the ancient traditions of Mesopotamia and Persia. Erbil, standing right at this historical fault line, was transformed once again, becoming a Hellenistic city in a new world forged by Alexander's ambition. The Battle of Gaugamela wasn't just a military victory. It was an event that redrew the map and reset the cultural compass of the ancient world. After the Hellenistic period and the subsequent rule of the Parthians and Sassanids, a new force emerged from the Arabian Peninsula that would once again reshape the destiny of Erbil. With the spread of Islam in the 7th century, the city entered a new and vibrant chapter. Under various Islamic caliphates and local dynasties, Erbil blossomed into a thriving cultural, intellectual, and commercial hub. Its strategic location on the trade routes, including the legendary Silk Road, brought immense wealth and a diverse population to the city. The citadel itself evolved into the form we can still recognize today. It became a densely populated, heavily fortified town. Within its massive defensive walls, a maze of narrow, winding alleyways connected courtyard houses, bustling markets or souks, mosques, and centers of learning. During the medieval period, particularly under rulers like the Bektaginids and later the Ayyubids, Erbil became renowned for its scholarship. Scholars, poets, and historians flocked to the city, contributing to the rich intellectual life of the Islamic Golden Age. The citadel wasn't just a fortress to keep enemies out. It was a vibrant, self-contained world, a center of faith, trade, and knowledge, all protected by its imposing ramparts. This era cemented the citadel's layout and architectural character, creating the urban landscape that would endure for the next 1,000 years. But the winds of change are relentless. As history marched into the 19th and 20th centuries, the world outside the citadel walls began to transform rapidly. The advent of modern transportation, new urban planning ideas, and a desire for more spacious living conditions began to lure residents away from the ancient, cramped quarters of the citadel. For the first time in its long history, the citadel faced a new kind of threat, not from a conquering army, but from neglect and decay. As families moved out to the expanding modern city of Erbil below, the historic houses began to fall into disrepair. The once bustling alleyways grew quiet, and the very survival of this unique historical monument was in jeopardy. Fortunately, its profound importance was not forgotten. Recognizing that the world was on the verge of losing a priceless piece of its shared heritage, the Kurdistan regional government initiated ambitious restoration efforts. This massive undertaking aimed to stabilize the crumbling structures, document the citadel's history, and develop a plan for its sustainable future. This local commitment caught the attention of the international community, and in 2014, a major milestone was reached. The Citadel of Erbil was officially inscribed on the UNESCO World Heritage List. This prestigious designation recognized its outstanding universal value and secured international support for its preservation, ensuring that the story of the world's oldest living city would not end in ruins. Today, if you walk through the monumental gates of the Citadel of Erbil, you step into a place where past and present coexist. It stands proudly as a powerful symbol of Kurdish identity and resilience, a physical embodiment of a people's deep historical roots in the region. But its significance transcends local identity. It is a monument to human continuity itself. Walking its restored pathways, you are literally treading on the same ground as Sumerians, Assyrians, Greeks, and countless generations that came before. The citadel is no longer just a residential area. It has been reborn as a living archaeological site and a vibrant cultural center. The Kurdistan Textile Museum showcases the region's rich weaving traditions. The Erbil Stones and Gems Museum displays the geological beauty of the land. Restored courtyard houses offer a glimpse into what life was like within these walls for centuries. Cultural centers and galleries host events, bringing new life and creativity back to this ancient space. The Citadel is not a silent museum. It is a place of active discovery where archaeologists continue to uncover new secrets from its deep past, and where visitors from around the world can come to connect with a story that belongs to all of us. While empires vanished and borders changed, the Citadel of Erbil remained. Stone by stone, generation by generation, it carries the memory of humanity itself, reminding us that some places are not just old, they are eternal. They are a testament to our ability to endure, to adapt, and to build a home that can withstand the test of time. Thank you so much for joining us on this incredible journey through 6,000 years of history. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe for more stories from our amazing world. We'll see you in the next one.